So I told y'all to be watching out. There was going to be a new premium tank review coming out, and it was going to be a unique one. So here it is, the Trinity Mark II. Now this is not what it looks like when you buy it. This is obviously I have a camo on it, a flag, and some stuff on it. Um, what do I think about this tank? Like first thoughts, as soon as I bought it, I was gonna I looked at it, and it looks like the T90 MBT that the Russians have because of the turret. It looks really cool. Like it just looks like a T90. But you definitely don't have the armor of a T90, but you do have some armor, and it does throw people off. Like, I cannot tell you how many people will shoot the front of the turret where those two cheeks are. Not the actual turret, like the mantlet, but the cheeks of the spaced armor, thinking that that's where my turret is, and I'll just eat shots all day there. That, and if you wiggle your turret, people throw shots in that spaced armor all day, and even the upper glacis, like they'll shoot where that tank sprocket is, like the wheel, and shoot where the boxes are and bounce off. Also, angling works a lot in this tank solely because you have 3 layers of spaced armor plus your side armor as well. So you got some benefits from having all of that armor on it. Now, with that armor, you do go slow, and now we're going to look at the packages real quick about it. You have a 525 horsepower engine, and you will feel the 525 horsepower because you do go slow in this thing. It's not a super fast medium. I didn't expect it to be when I got it. You have a very accurate 88 millimeter gun, or 8.8 centimeter. It's the L100. Everybody should know that that's Germany's 88. 7.5 rounds a minute base. You can get it higher with rammer and Brothers in Arms, Vince, and stuff like that. When you get your crew member or your crew commander, Sonic Valkyrie, she comes as a rank 4 with pain tolerance and track mechanic. So if you do get shot in the track, you do have a faster repair speed than a base crew. You have 223 pin with the AP, 261 with the APCR, 44 with the HE, 2.2 aim time, and 3 point or 0.3 accuracy. Your traverse speed's 32. Your turret armor on the front is 107 and 80 and 80 on the sides and rear. 20 on the traverse speed, and your view range is 390. Now, one thing I want to point out is that it looks like the entire front of the tank is covered with spaced armor. That is not true because, let me show you here, it is not on the direct face of the turret. It is on the sides and the cheeks. If they do shoot your gun mantlet, chances are they will go through. This is the T26E4's turret. It's not super duper thick on the front, but it does work. It does bounce shots occasionally. What I would do is, if I'm in a firefight with something that I know that can pin it and who has pinned it before, I have gotten shot by some tanks who hit it and think that they shot the spaced armor and went through, and they start firing, just at the front of the turret itself. They don't aim specifically for the commander's hatch or the cheeks of the gun mantlet. They just start firing at the where the spaced armor is, because it'll show up red, obviously. But when they pin it, their shot gets 8, and all of that spaced armor, it hits the cheek of the turret or whatever, and it just bounces off. So if I'm in a firefight with them, I would recommend rotating your turret, like shaking it back and forth. You know what I'm talking about if you've ever played, let me think, the Conqueror before the turret got updated, or the M103 for an M103 now even. If you shake the turret, they can't hit the commander's hatch. If you shake the turret on this, they'll have a harder time hitting the front of the turret. And it works because when they start firing, they'll see that it's still red, but they won't realize that they're going to hit that spaced armor. When they do, the shot gets 8, and then you can just nail them with that 88. But right now, you can buy this tank in the store from 2 packages are in it right now. There's going to be more later. The base package for it does not come out to September the 18th. The most expensive one right now is primed for $13,900, and it comes with, Sonic Valkyrie, She comes with paint tolerance and track mechanic. It comes with three equipment too: ventilation, stabilizer, rammer, 30 days of premium, and 30 XP boost, 15 for XP, 15 for crew. I didn't get this one. I got the ultimate, which is 12,200, as it's on the screen right now. And the loaded is going to be coming out for 10,300. And I like how it's coming on the screen as I'm talking about it. That's actually nice. And it should show the next one, which is the base model, like the base package. Yeah, there it is, right there. Base package 9,700, and that comes out on the 18th. Now you can say from between now and the 18th, the loaded version is going to come out, but I don't have a specific date for that. I just know when the last package is going to be released. Uh, My opinion on this tank is that it is a very unique tank. It is the first mercenary premium tank in the game. And do I think that they picked a good one to use the first one for? Yeah, I do. I think this one is actually very competitive in what it can do. It can see tier 10s, but it can do work in tier 10 games. I mean, it only has the 88, it only has 223 pin, but you have to play smart. My computer just made an insanely loud noise, and I guarantee you guys heard it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You just need to play smart, as you would in any medium tank in a tier 10 game in tier 9. But I mean, if you do get shot, you have 1400 health, which I forgot to mention. You have 1400 plus the spaced armor that eats shots. So if you keep it as is, you play smart, you use your space armor to your advantage. Also, forgot to mention this as well. You'll see in the game, this thing has an insane amount of gun depression. It has 11 degrees. It is so helpful. Let me just specify, it is so helpful. Just wait. But anyways, we'll get into the gameplay now, and I'll tell you more about it. So this is the first game. These two games, the first one is my first, and the second one is my last game I played during the time that I was recording. I had some stuff get messed up with my recording software, so I couldn't really pick every single game out. It's just that the first and the last one were fine. Everything in between, there was something here or there, and it wasn't every single one of them, but it was a good portion of them that just got messed up. But I picked the two that were the ones that didn't get messed up. But spoiler alert, I do die in both of these, and I know it's because I'm trash, but it's okay. It's just that they do the exact same thing that I said to protect, and that is those reasons were the reason why I said it at the beginning of the video was watch the front of your turret. It's only 107 millimeters thick, but you can occasionally eat shots with it. It's just that if it's a direct flat hit, it can go through. But while that game's going on, I'm going to read you some stuff about the packages. What's going on with the tank itself. So the tank came out on September the 4th. I mean, it's the 9th now, and I just got it, but um, you have until October the 2nd to purchase it. You have time, so it's not like you're gonna have to hurry up and get it. Take your time. If you are still on the fence about it, I mean, just shoot me a message or something like that, and tell me what your concern might be, and I'll tell you some more stuff about it that I may or may not have covered in this, or anything really. You can just message me. I'll answer back. I do it. So, like I've pointed out, that the primed is 13,900 gold. It's already out right now. The ultimate is too at 12,200. The loaded comes out September the 11th. That's when it is. So Tuesday, the loaded version for 10,300 comes out, and the base tank is going to come out at 9,700 gold on the 18th. Now, here's something that I found out last night right before I bought it. If you go to the tank tree, and you go to the here it is. If you go all the way to the premium tank tree, where all these premium tanks are and everything, you know how that is. You scroll all the way to the right. The Trinity Mark II is sitting at the very end of the tech tree by itself at like 9,300-ish gold. And I saw that and I was like, then why is the base model coming out on the 18th for 9,700? Why is it cheaper on the tech tree? Are they going to be selling it? Is it a rare tank? I don't understand. Either way, I don't know if the price is going to go down even more. It might. I don't see why it would, but I guess it could. I mean, I don't know. I think that's kind of I think that's just like a little goof that didn't mean to happen because you can't buy it. I tested that before I bought the ultimate. I went into that tech tree, I clicked on it, and it says unable to purchase. Try again later, or something like that. So you can't buy it like that. You can't go off the tech tree and get it. Excuse me. You can't do that. So um, I don't know if I mean it's not actually on the mercenary. It's not actually on the mercenary tech tree either. So that leads me to believe that the only way you're going to be able to get it is off the premium tech tree if they release it on there. Because I mean, there are tanks on there that you can buy, but then again, there's more tanks on there you can't buy either. So I mean, it is what it is. But I'm kind of curious, how many of you guys have mercenary tanks? Like, I'm getting ready to get the Thunder Bucket, but I'm talking about like who has like tier 5s and up? Who has something like the Slapjack or the Cruncher or the Sharpshooter? I mean, who has? Does anybody have any like? Does anybody have the Sharpshooter or the Tusk yet? I've never seen one. I mean, you have 106 days to get them or some crazy number like that, and you have to get like a million XP on a light tank on the Tusk. So I mean, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. I have no idea. If you get that thing, if you earn it, you are a trooper, my man. But as you can see in this game, I sit on the ridgeline, used my gun pressure to my advantage, and I'm getting ready to use my stupidity to my disadvantage and get killed by this fatherland. Because he decides to sling one right in the front of my turret here in a second, and sling another one into the front of my turret. So, yeah. Shouldn't have went the way I did, but, I may or may not have made a big oof on my part by deciding to push him, getting shot, and then he just decides he's going to fly around the corner and kill me. I wasn't even mad, because I mean, I know where he shot me. It was right at the front of the turret, so it is what it is. But I do enjoy this tank a lot. I had a guy message me last night, and if you see this video, his gamertag is War Daddy, all caps. You were in the Waffensteiger Panzer IV last night, and you ammo racked the enemy's Trinity Mark II for full health. Shout out to you, because you stuck with me that entire game. But other than that, second game's on Swamp. I pretty much stay in one spot. You'll see at the beginning, I do get up and move, and I do get to position kind of fast, but it's not like, no, I say sluggish. I mean, it is, especially going up hills and stuff like that. But I mean, flat ground going to where you want to go, it is still sort of fast. But you're not going to be faster than a Panther 2 or really any other tier 8 medium tank. I mean, apart from maybe the Super Pershing, but that's a Super Pershing. See, I'm going kind of decently fast here, but it is what it is. I I'm thinking that if they keep sticking with this kind of I don't know, like the way that they made this tank, if they decide to release more, I am kind of a fan of the mercenary tanks. I mean, I wasn't at first, but I see how they play into the game. I see their role. It seems more of like a a kind of end game kind of thing. Like, say you have literally everything you wanted in the game. Like, say you're like me and you have 20 something tier 10s or whatever, and you have like most of the tech trees for every nation researched except like two. And you have all these tanks that you can play, but there's not a whole lot you can earn without them adding new nations or new tank tree lines. But if they make these things like mercenary tanks, like they're not super historically accurate. No, I know that. But here's the thing, it doesn't have to really be, because first it was a T-34-88 very long ago. When that tank came out, everybody was like, man, I got to get it and everything like that. But think about it, that was kind of the first, that's kind of the first idea of the mercenary tanks if you think about it, because that was a T-34 but had a German gun. Now, it's no different with these, it's just a little bit more extreme. These are, take this tank for example, it's a T-30 or T-44-100 body, German gun, American turret with space armor on it. If you think about it, T-34-88 was kind of the the thing that made, in my opinion, made these tanks. If you think, I mean, it's just my theory on it, but I like them. I mean, it's something to work towards when you have everything you want in the game. Uh, and I mean, the premium tank. I mean, it's a premium tank. You buy it. You can buy some of the lower tier um, mercenary tanks, but you don't do that. You don't do that. No, that's not what you need to do. You spend your money elsewhere in this game. Don't buy the premium. Don't buy the or not, but don't buy the premium. Don't buy the mercenary tanks. Grind them out. I mean, if you're absolutely stuck on something and you just cannot get a stage like 5 of one of them, skip it. It's cheap. But what I'm saying is, don't buy out a contract. Don't buy out the whole thing. Don't do that. Give yourself some satisfaction of sitting there and grinding for one of these like high tier mercenary tanks. And if you can say you sit down and earn the tusk, god damn, you are a trooper. You earned 1,000,000 XP on a light tank. that that is way more than I want to put on one. But I mean, back to the Trinity Mark II. I just like the fact that this tank is actually really good for what it is. I mean the price for 9,700 going off the base model. I'm not going off the ultimate package or anything like that, because everybody knows the packages are worth more than the base model because you get more stuff. But for 9,700, pretty good. I mean, the Super Pershing's cheaper, but I mean it's just a Super Pershing. I mean, it's not this. It has a better gun than the Super Pershing, better penetration than the Super Pershing, give or take better armor. It's a little bit faster, but I mean, decent tank overall. It's one of a kind, really. If you think about it, it's the only kind of tank like this because it's a mercenary, and that was the intention with it. I mean, that's just what it was supposed to be designed for. I mean, not really designed, but thrown together to be. It was supposed to be new. It was supposed to be different. And I'm not gonna lie, the I'm not gonna lie, the whole yeah. This is where I die, by the way. So I push this guy. He fires a shot here in a second. Hits that spaced armor. There was nothing he could do. I kill him, but I end up getting killed by the AMX 1390 because I go stupid. And I try to turn towards him, but he shot me. He was up above me. He shot one down into the lower plate. I am fairly certain, or let's check. I think I check it too. Yeah, shot one down through the top of the upper glacis, and it kills me. So there's only a few tanks left, and it's about 2 minutes. No, it's only about 2 minutes left of this game. So what do I think overall? I think it's a very good tank for what it is. You have to obviously be careful of what you do. You have the armor to give you some leeway. You have a very good gun. Some of the best accuracy you can possibly get. Um, you look really cool. Your turret looks like a T90. Um, the spaced armor actually works. It actually tricks people. Um, do I think you should buy it? Yes, I think you should buy it. But I think you should probably wait to the base model unless you are already like, I need it. Go ahead. There's nothing stopping you from getting the ultimate or the the ultimate or the whatever the biggest package was, the primed. There's nothing stopping you from getting it. If you like this, let me know. I'll start. I'm gonna start earning these mercenary tanks one at a time and start doing little reviews on them, see if they're worth the grind. I'm getting ready to get the Thunder Bucket. I'll make a little one on that, even though that's not really a hard tank to get. Just a little time consuming. Just something to give you something to do, really. Hopefully I'll be earning one of the higher tier ones here soon, but I don't know. I have to wait till they get released a little bit because I'm not going to go get the Sharpshooter or the Tusk. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Told you it's going to be a unique tank. If you have anything else you want to see or want to do, let me know. And that's all I got.